Hello, fellow creatives. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, so we are back at the Scorched River Ranch this week with an update on what basically Karm, Silver, and Ami have been up to. They have been building additional things, and so this is a really sprawling tour, and we're going to do it in like 10, 15 minutes. Pretty cool, pretty crazy. Go ahead and check it out. But don't forget to subscribe. This channel's filled with building showcases designed to inspire you creatively, so if that sounds awesome to you, please consider subscribing and hit that bell icon so you don't miss a single video. Let's go ahead and get right on into this video.
So the space has definitely changed a lot from the last stream.
Yeah, I'll say.
We named it Scorched River Ranch, just being on the entire area, so if we come down, the bridge I had repaired just for anybody to come over, and we come down into the main parts. We can actually all go through to the very front over here, and we have a little surprise for you guys.
You guys have turned this into an oasis.
So we've had a petting zoo created by Ami, and she filled it with all sorts of jerboas and all sorts of creatures that she tamed. And you guys can run through and check out the different exhibits. We have 3 in total.
So many jerboa. Real ones now, right? I haven't had a chance to look at this. So we can swim around these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be filled, I believe, with otters at a later point.
Yes.
Yep.
Just kind of chilling out.
So there's one right here.
And Ami filled the bottom of it also with corals and all sorts of creative stuff. So these are actually, it looks completely open, but Ami kind of built this one with the stones going around, and essentially everything there is glass, and you can't go through it because we have a big issue with sarcos and capros in the swamp or the marsh river here. So if we're all done with the zoo, we can run over to, when I say we can run over to the stables and take a look at everything we got here going on as far as taming. So over here, we got basically the stables where I keep all of the tames, or most of the tames, and I decided probably just going around with this wraparound idea with individual stables using Ecos mods to create extra physical stables. And to replace the sort of clock tower, I have our flying totem, our classic flyers controller. Basically, it keeps all the wyverns from overspawning.
Oh yes. Okay.
It's up there, so basically no one can access it other than people who need to access it. We can actually go through this side directly into the main house.
It's gotten a little bigger since last time when you checked.
Yeah. Well, I did say last time I wasn't nearly finished. So what I ended up doing with the courtyard, so to say, is I ended up making it so little raptors and scorpions that wandered down here wouldn't get into my house or around my house. The house hasn't really changed that much aside from the new addition of the wall and the gardens and so on and so forth. But for people who haven't actually seen the house before, I built into the actual ruins that were here and created a second level on top.
Yeah, we'll do a quick walkthrough of those.
Wow.
Very cool.
And different from the last times, I made a little bit of a garage, so to say.
Oh, okay.
And I got my bear parked up in here.
Is this the bathroom? Is that a urinal?
Bear.
Yeah, this is the bathroom.
Is that a urinal?
Oh. I think it's going the wrong way there.
I can't believe you made a urinal, Karm. I didn't even see this. And I live here.
Head on up the stairs.
And then here we just have all the amenities, a bar, that's an amenity, my office.
I've taken
all
over
this
your
stuff.
throne.
That's what you think. And we also come to the bedroom. There's also roof access, but there's no need to actually show the roof access because, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
On the roof, I just have some flying tames. And if we go out the other dynamic gate, we can pretty much just jump down to the next part. Here we got our little farm going on, or garden rather.
Oh, this is really nice.
And this whole concept was the thought is basically, well, we can also then cook kibble right away and so on and so forth. Got our dung beetle army going on.
Don't mind their dung beetles, they were bad.
It was actually behind the greenhouse. I'll show in a little bit, but let's actually go this way first. What we had in the first stream, what we still have now, is our little brewery.
I think your bartender's a little hollow.
Yeah, he doesn't get much food.
It's the invisible man.
So if we go over to the left here, we're working our way up to the workshop. This I used inspiration basically from Chris's his workshop with the walkthrough concept.
Oh, nice.
But I put my own little spin on it.
Wow.
So I used basically glass floors to kind of keep, a little bit of interest. On one side is our horse stables, and the other side is our actual workshop. And then if you go back behind here, you can also find our industrial forge. Everything is here, everything that one needs.
That's cool. I really like the floors too.
Yeah, I kind of figured I was building on the water, so if I can integrate the water in any sort of good way, then this would be it. We're heading now towards Silver's house. We have terrariums on the other side, and you can kind of just look through.
That's kinda cool.
It looks like
So this is just a basic house, pretty much. Karm did the outline and everything, and I just filled up decorations and weird painting. My only workshop that I ever really need is my decoration workshop, because that's pretty much what I do in this space.
Mm-hmm.
I've got most of the Ecos mods out here, and it's about
Nice.
pretty simple. Just my room, a sitting area, and my favorite, my wall of achievements. It's where dreams come to die, but anyway.
My favorite office type ever. Desk ringed with bookshelves.
Yeah.
Rip my dreams. You tried.
So if we actually head over to Lapis's little driveway here, there's a little thing I'd like to actually explain. I actually have sort of a thing for myself where I like to kind of sort of sign my builds, but it's a little hard in Minecraft. In ARK. Minecraft
It's
too,
harder in
ARK
Minecraft.
especially. In any case, we have the mark of the maker out of CKF, and I like to put it on somewhere inconspicuous on my builds. And I always do it with the lava sort of flowing to kind of make it as my signature. And Ami also did the same thing, but I think she did hers in obsidian.
Oh, cool.
It's always a way to tell that I've built something.
Okay.
If we head out of Silver's house and we head to the next buildings over here, we will arrive at Ami's breeding compound. And Ami can explain this.
That's pretty much my breeding compound. 2 areas for small dinos and a couple for big ones. Each of
Okay.
each
Sorry,
of them
start
are
again. I was
specified
talking on my
breeding
stream.
areas for the specific dinos.
Sorry, can you start again? I was talking on my stream.
Sure.
Once this nonsense is done, there we go.
There's a big bug.
Well, this is pretty much my breeding compound,
Okay.
where I have 2 small breeding areas, and I think now 3 big ones, and 2 storage areas for mutated dinos. Each of the
Shots fired.
The small ones are pretty much divided up in Shinehorns for silver and my otters/the boas. And this is Silver's favorite spot where she pretty much needs the Argies for breeding and mutating.
Okay. Nice little spot here.
These are actually 1 hour 2 beehives.
Uh-huh.
And those here are storage areas for mutated dinos. The wolves I haven't mutated too much yet, I just started that project.
Okay.
So most of them in there are actually from the Valentine's event. This is actually my actual project, the Thyla breeding. This is also where my fully mutated one came from.
It's kind of soothing in here with all the purring.
Yeah.
That's where I come to cry.
All right. Well, so we've learned some new things today. Anyway, if we go on to what's left of the ruins, basically a big theme of our base is building through the ruins and using the environment as much as we can. Ami, which she forgot to mention, also created sort of a little home away from home for when she's here breeding.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And basically you can look through and it's all the small amenities. There's even a pool, all sort of relaxation things.
All 2 inches of it.
It's a baby pool.
And so if we come out of the house and we head down the stairs again, there's one last thing to show.
Oh, I love the pool.
Once we get through the tunnel, we have our wyvern storage. Gotcha.
Exactly. I used your sort of your tutorial on building with platforms, and I have the cliff platforms underneath, and I made them big enough for 2 wyverns apiece. And
Nice.
that's what we saw from downstairs, and it actually looks really, really sweet at night.
It does, yeah.
So that's more or less my face.
One honorary mention is Sonar's tent over here.
Yeah, I almost forgot. Sonar is allied with us and visits our base a lot, so we decided to give him a little home in one of the ruins, or in part of the ruins. So he's got himself a little tent, a little bed, with a gravestone set up, so he can come and visit anytime he wants.
Nice
And if he
little
dies,
gazebo.
he can always spawn back here. Yeah.
Nice.
Also decorated by Sonar.
Cool. All right.
And that is our base.
Awesome. Thank you for showing it to us. Really appreciate that. So hopefully the builders of this ranch, Karm, Amy, and Silver, among others, have given you some building ideas or inspiration. If it has, then I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Also, real quick, I'd like to shout out John C. He's been a Patreon with me for a little bit, and just want to welcome him and thank him for his patronage. Also, guys, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified when the next video releases. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And in the meantime, go make something awesome. Bye.